Here we go again. What's up? It's Coach Nick Money in the house. In the house with the one, the only, the D, the B, the L, Nick's in the house. And of course, we got our queen of stocks, the one, the only DBL Moms. And now it's a show because we got DBL Moms in the house. And let's begin by saying we are not financial or stock advisors. This is not stock or financial advice. This is merely a show. That's exactly what it is. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube. If you're not subscribed to us on X, which is Twitter, you could go ahead and find us at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money. And of course, you can also follow us on Twitch at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money. And of course, if you want to get a lot of bangers a lot of times, join us on our one and only Discord. We got a whole bunch of 100% plus runners yesterday, and we've already got a lot of parabolic runners early this morning, like REBN, which went up 75%. We got our special going on, 99 cents for 1 week, and then it's $39.99. We get a lot of bangers a lot of times. So let's get right into it.
In the description below.
What he just said, one more time.
In the pinned comments in the description section below.
That's where the link is. Alrighty, let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. And if you don't mind, you can share. That would be great. Sharing is caring. We're looking at REBN. It had a high of 75%. Right now, it's forming what looks to be a double top. Let's get the graffiti pencil out. You know we always use the graffiti pencil because we are graffiti artistes. There you go. Boom, top. Boom, top. And we are anticipating a little flusharoon over here. A little flusharoon right there. Unfortunately, but it is a double top. TIVC is running. We'll come back to REBN. What have you done for me, lady? Lately, TIVC. And TIVC is up right now, 84%, and it has news. Tivic Health announces successful completion of non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation. Ooh, I don't know what a vagus nerve is, but it got stimulated. I'm not even going to read the rest of it because it says a whole lot of stuff. I think it has something to do with your heart. It's up 95%. We're watching it, and it's a 1.44 million float, and it only has 651,000 volume, but it has news, and it's moving, and it's shaking, and it's baking, and we want some bottom top action, ladies and gentlemen. 116%, the first banger of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Already?
Let's start sharing because I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of bangers a lot of times on the show. Let's do it, baby. 131%. Who brought it to you? I don't want to brag or nothing. I don't want to say nothing. People say they call stuff, but now you're seeing it with your own eyes. With your own eyes, ladies and gentlemen. I am the greatest. Flex. Man, that hurt. I still got a cold, DBL. All right, so we got 132 on it. We're going to keep an eye on it again. Tivic Health announces successful completion of non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation study. Demonstrates clinically effective biological changes in the autonomic, cardiac, and central nervous system. And it hit a high of 133, and now it is pulling back. It is certainly in the overbought area of the RSI, ladies and gentlemen, but it looks like it's doing a little bit of a pullback, which it needs to do because it is extended, and it may not be done. Let's see what it looks like on the 5. Let's look at it on the 5. TIVC, you are so schmexy. I think I love you, but you got a top tail, and you know that you only look good to me if you got a bottom tail. Now, this is a super extended candle, but we saw the same thing with REBN pre-market, and it kept on going. So we're going to keep a watch on this. Let's see. We want to see it stay over 250, and if it stays over 250, do we see $3? Do we see $3, ladies and gentlemen? Does it break 274, which is another resistance area? 274. Let's start drawing some other resistance areas because it is continuously moving, and it went up 140 what? 144%. Ladies and gentlemen, let's clean the chart up a little bit. Let's remove some of the old drawings, and bring in the new drawings. Yeah. That's the ticket. Yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Boom. And let's start doing some new drawings right now. So these are some levels that we're going to pay attention to right there and right over there. So we're going to pay attention to that. These are very high numbers, so we don't really have to pay attention to them at all. Let's get rid of them. And let's go over here and start drawing right over here some lineage right over here. Let's go right there. Boom. We want to see it stay above here, if possible, and go past 265. Again, it has news, and the float on it is 1.44 mil, and it has already gotten well over 2 million shares on the news, and it is currently the leading runner of the morning, TIVC, ladies and gentlemen. TIVC. So we're going to keep an eye on TIVC. Let me go ahead and take a look at some of my side charts. Some of the side charts, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the side charts. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen. I got to go ahead and set up my side chart. I forgot to set it up. I was so excited to get out and do the show that I forgot to do my side chart. So we're gonna do it right now. Side chart. See how I keep my grid? I got my grid going on over here. I keep an eye on a lot of stocks a lot of times. That's how we do it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we call a lot of bangers a lot of times in the Discord. I'm just saying. Flex, flex, flex. Yes, flex, sir. Flex, flexy, flex, flex. Just like that. Just like that. All right, let's see what else we got going on over here. So it's pulling back. It's not particularly schmexy at this juncture. Let's go and see if we could find something else. PEGY is being socially moved on social media, and it is kind of trying to curl up. It's only up 3%. It is an 8-cent stock with 56 million float. You would say that that's a heavier float, but the stock's only going for around 8 cents, and it's very choppy, very pumpy, very dumpy, but it is in fact curling at this moment. But you know what? It's only a side chart because it's not the most healthiest of plays. Now, ladies and gentlemen, INOD, we did a video on it yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, and it has curled up and hit up to $9, INOD, and it is currently up 28% on earnings news. It had really positive earning news. There's a video in our YouTube about it. You could go check it out. It needs volume, but it certainly is trying to break past 9. We need it to stay above $8.54. $8.54 is a critical area for us, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ENVB also had news, and it popped and it dropped, and we're hoping that this is a beginning of a descending wedge, and it will start to curve back up to VWAP, which is around $1.09. But right now, not particularly schmexy until it curls back up. Let's go back to REBN. REBN, ladies and gentlemen, we have to go lightning fast because things are moving. Okay, so what happened with REBN? Obviously, it went up to $3.30, which was a 75% high, but we had a double top. Top here, top there. That's on the 5-minute. We could look at it on the 1 minute, and you could see it even more pronounced. And we predicted that it would flush, and in fact did flush, but it held support right here, and it's trying to curl back. So we'll come back to you later. Coach you later. Okay, let's go back to the videotape. Let's go to iSun, which was another one that ran with no news whatsoever, but now you could see it clearly has formed a top. Let's get the graffiti pencil. Graffiti pencil, ladies and gentlemen. Graffiti pencil, and I think this one went up 84% DBL moms. 84% DBL moms. Hey! That was me doing that, by the way, and I have a cold. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a cold, but I am still here because I love you. I love you. 1, 2, 3, triple top, and it's sold off. It's trying to curl back up. Has no news. Energy stock, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm saying. Okay, let's see what else they got. Let's see what else we could look at. We're going to go ahead and keep on moving and trying to see what else is moving. Let's go back to TIVC, and it pulled back quite heavily. It is now just above the 13 EMA. We want to see it break over the 9 EMA and obviously break through VWAP. I'll keep an eye on it for a split second, but it certainly does not have a tremendous amount of volume at this juncture. At this juncture, we want to see some more volume. Let's see what it looks like on the 5-minute. 5-minute, and you can see it's even less schmexy on the 5-minute. We need to see it really get over 210 and really start to move through this particular channel. Let's go ahead and get the one and only graffiti pencil out and create the channel because it is Channel time, channel time, channel time. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, channel time. So we need to see it break 209 and then obviously break 235 to become schmexy again. Otherwise, it's going to be a situation of, what have you done for me lately? IVP low floater on the scanner. IVP moving, ladies and gentlemen. And what do we have? Do we have news? It announced a 1 for 100 reverse split Mañana yesterday. That was a 1 for 100%, 1 for 100 share reverse split. That was announced yesterday, and now it is a micro mini skirt float. Micro mini skirt float. It is 832,000 shares, and it seems to be trying to go uppity up, but it's only up 12% right now. Why is that up? Close that. Close that. We don't want that. We don't want that either. No. We don't want any of that. We want that. There we go. All right. I don't know what that was all about. That was kind of weird. All right. So let's put a mark right over here. We'll put a little alert for ourselves. Right over there. Create the alert. Boom, boom, right there. And we will wait to see whether or not it can break the 493, which was its previous high. And again, this is IVP. IVP super extended on the 5 and also quite extended on the 1. You could see that it has a top tail over here, and you know we don't like top tails.
We like the bottom tail.
That's what we're into. We're into the bottom. The bottom tail. The bottom tail, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom tail. So we are still hunting and searching on the Serengeti to find the next prey, the next stock prey in the house. Let's go take a look at NIVF, which was a previous runner a few weeks back that we called, and it has done what we like to call a round trip. It went around the block. We don't like that. Next one, let's look for another one. How about INOD? INOD, earnings play. Let's see what's going on. It's breaking down. Unfortunately, we need to see it break over this figure right over here, 897. We want to see it go over that. We'll create an alert. Hopefully, it will get some volume. It is on the heavier side with the float at 23 million shares, so it's going to need volume. It's going to need volume to move. Let's go take a look at ENVB. What's up, Paul? What's going on? ENVB. Let's go take a look at it. ENVB. And again, it looks like it needs some volume here because unfortunately, it looks like it is starting to barcode. We don't like barcoding because that usually indicates that it is a situation where there's no liquidity and the market makers are creating the liquidity with algorithmic moves, and that usually makes it very difficult to trade. Now, you could see that it had a shoulder over here, so we'll get the graffiti pen out here. We had a shoulder over here, a head over here, and basically a shoulder over here. And it ended up selling off, and we were hoping that it would form a descending wedge and start to curl back up. But right now we are having a situation where it is consolidating, so we will put it into a channel. A channel right there, right? And it's under VWAP, so it needs volume. And at this point, you're not schmexy yet. You need volume. It did have news. ENVB had the following news. Inveric Bioscience announces signing of a non-binding term sheet with undisclosed licensee for exclusive license to patent methods of treating breasts. I guess they mean chicken breasts? No, breasts. Mom. DBL mom, breasts. Ow, mom. I'm just asking a question. It's just a question. My goodness, they're treating the breast with cannabinoids. Breast cancer with cannabinoids. Cannabinoids. I think that means marijuana.
Cannabinoids.
Yeah, what she said. Say it again.
Cannabinoids.
And the float is 7 million, but the volume is only 13 million. It needs volume, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we're seeing consolidation here. So we'll put it on the side chart. Because you got some news. You got to get over that 108, 109 VWAP. And start showing me that you're curling. Do your curls. You need biceps. ENVB. You need biceps. Let's go to the next stockaroon. Let's go back to REBN. REBN, ladies and gentlemen, REBN. You could see that it did a flusheroo based on the double top. We said it was going to go down. Look, it went down. We predicted it correctly. Hoi, 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 hoi. Oh, yeah, we did it correctly. Oh my goodness. Okay, now it seems to be curving back up on the 1. You could theoretically say that it's a cup and handle, but I'm not buying it. It's not above VWAP. I need to see more curlage. More curlage, ladies and gentlemen. I need to see more volume. It's not a lot of volume, so I'm not totally convinced that it's going to give us the push that we need, but we want to get our channel created here. Channel time. It's channel time. It's channel time, ladies and gentlemen. This is the channel that it is currently in. We want to see it stay above 264 and break 280. 280. That's what we're looking for, and I need to see something a little bit better than what we're seeing right now. Let's go to the 5-minute and see if it looks more schmexy on the 5 or not. All right, it's starting to give us more of that cup formation. That's good. I want to see it break 280. Let's go ahead and put an alert. I always like putting alerts when I'm like somewhat interested. You know what I mean? And I'm somewhat interested, but it needs volume. I'm not seeing the volume that I want to see. Looks like $3 is going to be a resistance point. Does it break our 283 alert? We have a big spread on the level 2. That's not a good sign, but let's see what happens. Let's keep an eye on it. It was a big runner earlier. It went up 75% earlier. It's now up 61%. And the news was that it has a master license agreement for Guangdong Province, China. Reborn Coffee closes a master license agreement for Guangdong Province, China. Guangdong Province, China, and the float is only 851,000 shares, and the volume is 10 million. 10 million, ladies and gentlemen, 10 million. And it's the leading runner of the morning. So it's worthy of keeping an eye on. And we can see now that it's starting to test our 280 point and breaking through it. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's take a look at the 1 minute. Does it triple top? If it stops right around here, let's get the drawing graffiti pen out, pencil, whatever you want to call it. If it stops there, then we would have a triple top and that would make it bearish. But if it keeps on going, ladies and gentlemen, if it keeps on going, then maybe we can test the high of the day, which is 330. But right now, my major concern is it's still relatively in this channel area. It needs to stay above this number right here, 265-ish, 264-ish, and it needs to clearly break 280, and it needs a heck of a lot more volume. I like the fact that the float's only 851,000 shares. That makes it a micro mini float stock, ladies and gentlemen. But what I don't like is I'm looking at the level 2, and there's a tremendously large spread between it. The bids are at 276 and the asks are at 329. That's no bueno. No bueno. We need them to be closer. They got to become more friendly with each other. And we could see that in the RSI right over here, the latest candle that's really big is the red candle, and we don't like red candles.
We like the green one.
The big, green, juicy ones.
Bottom tails.
And bottom tails, ladies and gentlemen, bottom tails. Now, it is certainly not overbought on the RSI, but it is approaching overbought, and it's giving us a lot of redness, and we don't like redness. I'm going to fix my channel and give you more clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, boom, DBL. Do you have more clarity now?
Yes.
It's still in the channel. All right, we're going to come back to you. You don't have enough volume. You don't have enough volume. When you go over 280, talk to me. Have your people talk to me. All right? Your people and my people, we will talk. We will get together, and everybody will be nice, no? All right, let's go to TIVC. TIVC is currently now the leading runner of the day, TIVC, and it did have news, but it came down a tumbling quite a bit. Let's go ahead and get the graffiti pen over here so we can create the channel of resistance. Right now it's resistance. If the price action comes above the 235, 236 and keeps on moving, it would become support, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, as we look at this, the price action moved up dramatically, and it was on news of a successful completion of non-invasive vagus nerve stimulation study demonstrates clinically effective biological, my God, changes in the autonomic Cardiac and central nervous system. I'm going to have a cardiac. My goodness. What the heck? Can't you just say that you had something successful? Something successful. Float 1.44 mil. Volume 5.13. But right now you could see this yellow line is the 200. I'm sorry. It's the 20 EMA. And it's below the 20 EMA. And you could see that the 9 EMA is going underneath it. And that's making it look kind of bearish. And you could see that the RSI is starting to move towards the bottom of the spectrum as well, which would give us an indication that it's moving in a bearish type of a way. So we'll come back to you, TIVC, and like I'd like to say always, what have you done for me lately? Thank you for the memories. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Let's go back to IVP, see what's going on with IVP. IVP, are you moving up or you moving down? It don't look too schmexy. This is the one I believe that had the reverse split, right? It had a reverse split. It had a little pop, and then it dropped after the reverse split. Isn't that what happened? Yeah, 1 for 100. I don't know. We'll see. SL and H had a run earlier, and then it faded away. Let's see how it's doing right now. Did it take its vitamins? It didn't take its vitamins. It's still selling off. It needs to break this downward trend. Let's get our graffiti pencil out and draw a little trend line over here. Right over there. Right there. The trend needs to be its friend, and right now it's not. So, what have you done for me lately?
Because you're not schmexy.
You're not schmexy at this point. No. Let's go to the videotape for ENVB. ENVB also has news. Again, it is still in that channel, and it looks like it's barcoding. So that tells me not a lot of volume. So I will have to say for now, ciao for now. Ciao for now. Let's go to thickness. We're going to go to thickness. INOD. INOD has thickness, and it is forming a double top. Sadly, it had very good earnings yesterday. It is a thick stock with 23 million shares, and sadly, it seems to be forming a double top, which would be an indication of bearishness, and that makes me so sad. Doubles, get me my tissue, please. I really wanted it to run more. I really did. I really did. I mean, and we gotta find something else that's gonna run for the peoples. The peoples! Oh my goodness!
We will. We pick
All right.
a lot of bangers a lot of times.
We do pick a lot of bangers a lot of times. We certainly do. Ladies and gentlemen, we certainly do. Okay, so this is a trend line. We would obviously want to see it stay above this trend line, but it has formed a double top, which most likely than not will mean that it will do a flusheroo, which is not what we like. So I'm guessing that unless it starts to curl back up, which I don't see that happening, we could see a flusheroo, and there's my line. That's not what I like, but that's what could happen. It needs to really break this area right over here, which is the resistance area of $8.81, and then really truly test 897. And you can see 897 was a top tail, and we don't like top tails. We want the bottom tails. Ladies and gentlemen, if they don't give me the bottom tails, I'm not interested. I keep on hunting on the Serengeti. Let's go to REBN. REBN, let's go see what's going on with REBN. They closed the contract on their coffee. On the coffee? Coffee. We're not from New York. We're not. Coffee.
Un cafecito.
Un cafecito. We're from Miami. Hey now.
Yes, sir.
But that ice espresso, though, nobody does it better than DBL Moms. Thank you, DBL Moms. You are the bestest in the westest, and you make a mean cafecito. Boy, I'm awake now. All right, double top. Not particularly schmexy. I need to see you break 880. If you don't break 880, there's a very good chance you're going to come down. Come on down. And we don't want you to come on down. We want you to go up. Let's go back to TIVC, see what's going on with TIVC. These two have been exchanging the leadership board for the running stock of the morning, leading gainer of the morning. And as you can see, major sell-off, and it seems to be still selling off. And we said that the 9 EMA was crossing the 20 EMA, which would be bearish, and now it looks like the 13 EMA, which is this broken line right here, is also going underneath the 20. All bearish signals. We don't like that. We don't like that.
We like the bulls.
And we like the bulls. And
Bulls.
look, it's got a top tail. We don't like the top tail.
We like the bottom.
In the chat, people, what do we like to do? Top tailage.
Top tailage.
We got to have the top tail. If we don't got the top tail, it's not a party. It's not a party. So TIVC, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Okay, let's go check out RPTX. And ladies and gentlemen, if you want us to take a look at a particular stock, put it in the chat-a-room, and we'll take a look at the ticker. We got 4 minutes before the belly welly. All right, so if you want us to check out other stocks, let us know before the bell, because we got time to do that right now. But right now we're looking at RPTX. RPTX, it's up 18%. Small cap bid up following key Q1 earnings beat. So in other words, its Q1s were good. It had a positive Q1 earnings. The float is on the high side, and it has very little volume. 13 million float and only 2 million volume. So it looks like it's breaking down without a lot of volume. Not schmexy at all. Not schmexy at all. Let's go take a look at Peggy. Peggy has been a sweetheart of the social media. It's trying to curl, very choppy, and it's currently up only 3.17%. It is an 8-cent stock. What have you done for me lately? More of a risky type of play. More of a risky kind of play. Let's see if we can find something that looks a lot more schmexy. We need some schmexiness here. DBL Nicks, we need schmexiness. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? No or yes? Yes, no? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, we do. We need
Needs
schmexiness.
a lot of schmexiness.
We're going to go and check out another ticker. Let's go and check out, how about WYY? A little penny action.
Why?
WYY, 19%. Wide point selected by the U.S. Navy for the 10-year, $2.7 billion Spiral 4 contract. Dun, dun, dun. It is a 7 million float stock, but only 347,000 volume, and it looks like it is forming, unfortunately, a double top. Let's see what it looks like on the 5-minute. And with the 5-minute, you can see that it certainly is forming a top of a half. So let's get our graffiti pencil out. Boom, boom, and over half. Boom, boom, and the kiss of death is it's a top tail.
We like the bottom tail.
We gotta get some more bottom tail. Okay, back to the Serengeti. We are still hunting because we are lions. Row. We're trying to find another gazelle. We're looking for a gazelle 2 minutes before the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes before the bell. Let's go back to REBN. I think that's probably the best play right now, but it's not particularly totally schmexy. But right now, out of what we're seeing, that seems to be the most schmexy, and on the 5-minute, it is certainly piercing the resistance area that we were concerned of. Remember, we saw a triple top type of potential situation here. It is moving up, but a lot of times, stocks that have had big moves in the pre-market, a lot of times what will happen is they will go up just before the bell and then do a reversal. A little psych out action. So a bunch of people come in at 9:30 and then they bring it back down and they crash it. Now we have certainly a bearish formation here. You could theoretically say that there was a double bottom here, which caused this rise up here. But again, it's not moving with a lot of authority. Hopefully there's a lot of volume at the bell and it brings it parabolic. But again, we have resistance here, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a reversal, a bearish reversal first, a dip, profit taking, and then a rip, hopefully. Maybe people who bought it yesterday are going to take profits at the 9:30 bell. Hey, we alerted it yesterday in our private Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. That's what we do. Before the 75% run in after hours, we called it. So, if you want to join the Discord, it's 99 cents for 7 days. And the link's in the description and pinned to the comments. And then after that, it's $39.99 because we call a lot of bangers a lot of times. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep an eye on REBN for the open. We're expecting some resistance at 330. Okay, maybe profit taking at the bell, a dip in price, and hopefully a rip. Let's see. Let's see. That's what we're hoping for. Right now, it's currently up 79%. Reborn Coffee closes master license agreement for Guangdong Province, China, and it only has 851,000 shares, and it's up now 80% on 13 million volume. 2 seconds to the bell. There goes the bell. Does it dip and rip? Do we have a dip and rip, or does it rip and rip? Does it dip at the 330 resistance? Let's see. Let's see what happens. We're watching. We're watching. We want some bottom tail, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, if we get a high of the day, I want you to share, please. Let's see. Yes or no? Yes or no? 82%. There goes the dip. Okay, so just as we thought, 330, it dips. Does it hold above this mark of 295, the $3 mark? Does it hold 280, and does it rip back up after that dip? It was a pretty quick dip, so let's see. It seems to still be pumping. It's got 2 million volume right now, and it's breaking through 330, but it's still messing with it, so it could be a double top, or it could rip. So we're looking to see what happens, and you could see that it could potentially be a double top right here. There is a lot of volume. That's positive. It is overbought on the RSI, and there may be some profit taking, and now the candle does turn red, and that's what we thought might happen. The resistance level of 330 could push it down, and now you have a top tail, and we don't like the top tail.
We like the bottom
tail. So 85%, ladies and gentlemen, 85%. It went to what? 92%. Not too bad. Not too bad, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, it is still trying to form a doji. We want it to really form a bottom tail with a top hammer, like a hammer, like an arm and hammer. That's what we really want. We want the old arm and hammer, ladies and gentlemen. The old arm and hammer. But we got other stocks that are moving, so let's go take a look at INOD. INOD is moving. It is 30%. We did a video on it, but it still has that resistance level right over here, and this is a persistent resistant level for it. It doesn't have a heck of a lot of volume, but it is certainly trying to push its way up. We'll keep an eye on it for a split second to see if it will give us something else. Something else, ladies and gentlemen. Something else that we're looking for. We're looking for something else, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have something coming from INOD? No. Let's go to TIVC, see if it's moving. It's trying to curl on the 5 minute. 5 minute. Let's go put it on the 1 minute. Let's get the graffiti pencil out and create that area of resistance so we know what it has to get through. It's still very, very low. It's fighting its way, trying to get through VWAP, and it's having a heck of a time doing it. So, as I like to say, what have you done for me lately? Time to move on. Going back to the Serengeti, ladies and gentlemen. Going back to the Serengeti. We got to go back to the Serengeti. We got to find something else. Let's go back to REBN. REBN, ladies and gentlemen. And it was, in fact, a double top, and it is coming back down. How sad.
So
but we need it.
Says bottom tail.
Bottom tail, baby. Yeah.
Handles, head and shoulders.
Well, we don't want no head and shoulders. We want inverted head and shoulders. All right, it's trying again. Listen, it held $2.80. It held $3. Okay, $3, $3.05 on the 9 EMA. We need to see it break 330. Let's do one of these things right here. You know what I'm going to do? I always like to put a little alert over here so we can get a ringy dingy. I'm like, superstitious. It gives me like a feeling that maybe it's going to break it. Ladies and gentlemen, if we get a new high of the day with REBN, let's make a deal. Would you please share the stream? Because it's caring. Because it just went to 100%. Ladies and gentlemen, you saw it here first. You saw it. Another one. 109%, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying it's 109%. Oh, REBN, you are a pleasure. And I traded it early in the morning and made fazools on it. REBN with its contract for coffee, master license agreement in Guangdong province. And the float's only 851,000. And the volume is 23 million, ladies and gentlemen. And it hit a high of 109%. We do have a top tail right now, but it doesn't seem like it's totally done. Let's go to the 5-minute. It is certainly overbought on the RSI, but it still has a nice big juicy green candle. And it's pushing, it's squirting, 111%. Easy, squeezy. 113. Oh, the humanity of it. 121. Easy peasy, squeezy. Squeezy, easy peasy. 121% REBN. Who's having fun? If you're having fun in the chat, let us know what's up. Yeah, Cristiano inverted head and shoulders. What's up? La. Okay, top tail. We don't want that.
You like the bottom?
REBN, don't make me tell you what have you done for me lately, because I think I'm going to go there. Let's go and see what iSun is doing. iSun. Let's see what iSun's doing. We'll come back to you. REBN, we will come back to you. iSun. iSun looks not too good. iSun looks very bad. Let's go to the videotape for TIVC. It was the other big 100% plus runner, and now it has taken a turn around the block and looks kind of nasty. So I like to say to you, what have you done for me lately, TIVC? Later. Bye. Ciao for now. Let's go to iNod. Hey, earnings, ladies and gentlemen, earnings, 35%. It is a heavy float stock at 23 million shares, but it is grinding its way up, and it hit a high of 951. And this is the stock that we did a video on yesterday. We did a video on it yesterday talking about how well it did with its earnings. I think earnings were over 40%. 40%, and they're anticipating greater earnings, even more so. If I remember correctly, the stock is a AI generative type of a stock, ladies and gentlemen, and it will be a grinder, but it's up 37%. Side chart, and thank you for the memories, INOD. We did the video yesterday before its 37% run, and it's only a baby run, because we really like to talk about 100% runs. Who likes 100% plus runs? Ladies and gentlemen, if you like bangers, type the word bangers in the chat. 40% on iNod, ladies and gentlemen. The humanity of it. The humanity of it. Oh, my Lord. Oh, Lord. Let's go back to REBN. Check that one out. We're going to put a little ringy-dingy over here for INOD. INOD. Earnings. Create the alert. And if you break 960, I'll come back and visit you, iNod. Otherwise, what have you done for me lately? REBN, ladies and gentlemen, REBN. And it's cooking, and it's baking, and it's got a new high of 126%, ladies and gentlemen. Share, because you care. Share, because you care. Thank you. 129, 131, REBN. Calling the bangers, baby. Who likes to get the bangers? I like getting bangers. I like to bang all the time. Ow! Oh, DBL moms, I'm talking about the stocks. 100%. Ow. And now it's a top tail. No. iNod moving. I nod to you. Ho. 42%. And it's still trying to grind its way up. So now it's 969. Ow, DBL bombs. It's the price action. What are you doing? $9.69. We'll put a little mark right there for it, and we will see if it breaks it. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of an alert here. and we will come back to you. This is going to be a grinder again. We did the video on it yesterday. A lot of earnings. The only reason why I did the video on it was because it beat earnings by a lot. By a lot, ladies and gentlemen. So I figured, you know what? Even though it's a heavy floated stock, we could see some activity, and it did not disappoint. It gave us a nice 40% run so far. So let's go ahead and look at Reborn. That's what it's called. Reborn Coffee. REBN, 126. It actually had a new high of $4.70. Can we get 420? Ladies and gentlemen, 420 is my target. I don't even want to make it 407. It should be 407, but I'm going to make it 420.
Yeah, for the memes.
You know, for the memes. Just for the memes. Just for the memes. I'm just saying. Just for the memes. What was the stock with the cannabinoid? ENVB? Cannabinoid. ENVB. We'll go and check that one out afterwards. We're going to check this one out right now. 130%. Come on. Top tails. 5 minute. Let's go to the 1 minute. See what the 1 minute looks like. Let's zoom in. We need to see it break 407, ladies and gentlemen. 407 is where we want it to break. And then if it breaks 407, let's go to different time frames and create some lines. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go right over here. We could create a line over there, a line over there. How about a line right there? Maybe another line right there, another one over there, and also $4.80 right over there. Those are some of the lines that we're drawing. And let's go to the 1 minute and see what it looks like. Let's do something like this, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing something like this, and it looks like it's pulling back. We certainly got the 130+% run on REBN. Let's take a look at some of the other tickers that we were peaking earlier. INOD is still trying to break through 950. If it breaks 950, we expect it to keep grinding to 969. And it's grinding to 969, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep an eye and see if it breaks 969. Let's go to the 5 minute. 5 minute. INOD breaks it. 44%, ladies and gentlemen, at 975. 975. Let's go to a longer time frame and see what we got. Look at that. How about if we go to the 4-hour chart? 4-hour chart. Let's go and get our graffiti pencil out. The graffiti pencil is certainly out. How about 980? We could do 980. We could do 995. How about 1009? How about we get a little aggressive and go right there? Let's go ahead and zoom to 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, and see if it keeps on cooking. It is in the oven, and it is cooking. Ladies and gentlemen, INOD is not nodding. It is moving. Let's go and take a look at, let's see, what else? Let's find a new one. How about a new one? Let's find a new one. How about we take a look? You know what? I'm thinking maybe we take a look at SGD. Let's see what's going on with that. It popped earlier. I got caught in a drop on it. I was so sad. SGD. I was so sad. I had so much hope for it, and I actually lost on that particular trade. And now it seems to be trying to curl. It's a penny. It's a little baby penny stock. A little baby penny, and maybe it's forming a double top. A double bottom maybe. Bottom over here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have a lot of volume, so I'm not going to put too much weight into it. You know what I'm going to do? I'll draw it, and I'll hope that it might happen. But you know what? Unless I see some movement up, I'm just going to create an alert over here. If I see it go ringy-dingy over here, we'll come back to it because it's not particularly schmexy. Ladies and gentlemen, not schmexy at this moment. Let's go back to Reborn Coffee. Reborn with its contract in Kwangdong. Dong. Can you imagine if your last name was Dong?
Kwangdong Silver.
Hey, Longdong Silver. Yeah. Yeah, we're not immature, not even a little bit. No, how about APEI? APEI, let's go take a look at APEI. $20 stock. To celebrate over 16,000 graduates at commencement on May 10th and 11th. Okay, all right. It's a public education joint. Not particularly smexy, but it's up 33%. Volume is very low at 73,000, and the float is kind of heavy at 15 mil. No. Let's go and try something else. How about CRCT? And CRCT has a heavy float of 52 million. It's also currently up 34%, and it has very little volume at 461%, but it is up 34%. So you know what? If you can break over to 750, I'll come back and visit you, okay? But I'm not particularly turned on by you. You're not doing it for me. You're not schmexy enough. You gotta be schmexy to keep me entertained. How about NVNI? NVNI, NVNI, and ooh, what a hot mess. Never mind. No, 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 no. How about Reborn? Reborn, I should have never left you, Reborn. My heart is broken, but I'm coming back to you. I sound like a freestyle song, don't I?
Yeah.
My heart is broken. Looks like it's getting kind of bearish. It's getting kind of bearish, ladies and gentlemen. Don't look too good. Don't look too good. No, no, no. Huh? INOD is moving.
Oh.
Reborn, you got to get your act together. We're going to INOD. Hey, there you go. INOD, 46%. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. And we got the video here. Can we put the video link in the chat room for YouTube? Can we put the link in and show them the video that we did on it? Because it's now up 47%, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
47%. It is a grinder. I said it would be a grinder because of the 23 million float, but it had incredible earnings. We're going to click into the article, and we're going to read the article. We're going to read the article here, maybe. Or maybe I will, maybe I won't. Go down. Let's see. Do we have it? Hold on. Hold on. Here's what it was. Thank you. You know what? We don't got time to read no article. We don't have time to read a stinking article because CRCT is moving, so we're going to go to CRCT. CRCT is moving. It's up 37%, and it does have news, right, DBL Moms?
Let's see, earnings call, not particularly.
It's got an earnings call. Hold on, there's a bunch of these tickers moving. How about SGD? Are you redeeming yourself? It's redeeming itself. It's up 30%. 30%, but it's moving really slow. We're going to put a little create alert. Because it's kind of on the choppy side, and I just don't trust you. You made me lose money earlier today. I don't like losing money. I don't like that. I like REBN. I made money with REBN. It was a nice one. It's trying to recover. REBN is trying to recover, and I would have to say that right now we're dealing with a channel, a particular channel, which would probably be right here and right here. Yeah, this area right here. So we needed to stay above the 350 mark and break over to $4. $4.07 would be the high. And I put a line for 420 just because of the memes, ladies and gentlemen. Just because of the memes. It doesn't really belong there, but what the heck? We could do whatever we want, can't we? We're friends, right? You're okay with it, ain't you? You're okay with it? Okay. All right. Let's try and check out a new ticker. GMED. Let's see what's going on with GMED. Expensive, $64. Nah, not interested. How about iSun?
We got one here that's asking for SNDL. He said
Sundial. Somebody wants to see Sundial. iSun does not look particularly healthy. Let's go to Sundial. Let's take a look at Sundial. Sundial is a heavier floated stock. SNDL. And let's see, the float is 260 million, and it only has 652,000 shares, and you could see it's struggling to keep itself moving. Ladies and gentlemen. It is struggling. Let's go to a longer time frame and take a look at it. You could say theoretically on the 4-hour, which is 180 days, it's potentially forming a cup and handle, but that's a long time frame and very difficult to predict. So, not particularly schmexy at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on to another ticker. Let's go to Reborn. Let's go back to Reborn. Reborn. What's up, Reborn? Let's go to the 1 minute, see what's going on. And again, it does not look particularly schmexy, but it is trying to hold above the 350 mark. Let's get the graffiti pencil out. Let's go ahead and do one of these joints right over here and right over there. And you could see that we wanted to stay above 350 and bounce back up. But it looks like it's forming a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder, which would be indicative of a flush, a rune. We don't like that, but that's what it looks like. So it could potentially be doing one of these things right here. We're hoping it doesn't do that because we're seeing a shoulder, a head right over here, and a shoulder right over here. Come on. So that would be indicative of a flush rune incoming. Hopefully that's not the case. We want to really see it stay above the 350. It's still respecting 350. So maybe it can turn itself around. But as of now, it looks kind of bearish. Let's go to INOD. INOD. And INOD is certainly pulling back. This is going to be a much more slower moving stock. We want to see it stay above the 970 mark and start moving back up again. Maybe something along the lines of a B, C, D pattern. A, B, can you see D? There, right there. Maybe we see something like that. That would be really nice. It does have news from yesterday. Really good earnings. We did the video on it. Go to the videotape, ladies and gentlemen. Go to the videotape for that stock. INOD. Everybody nods. Let's go take a look at iSun. iSun. What's up, iSun? iSun is selling off, and it needs to break this downtrend. Otherwise, it could be finito, terminado, done. Completely done if it does not break this downtrend. Sad. How is ENVB doing? It had news. Oh my, it basically fell apart. It broke the channel. Again, we had very low volume due to the barcoding tipping us off that it had low volume, and in fact it sold off. It's trying to curl back up, but now it just looks like a hot mess. It's sad. So we will go back to another ticker. Let's go to see what TIVC is doing. TIVC. This was the other 100% bagger, and it too seems to be selling off. It's trying to curl back up, but it also looks like it's being slowly stepped down. I don't trust it. It's below VWAP. I want to see it move towards the top of VWAP over here. I want to see it move right over here. I would like to see it curl here, and I don't see any indication of it doing that. I see consolidation, drop, right? So over here, big drop, consolidation, drop, big consolidation, drop, and still consolidating, and I don't see volume in here. And then of course, if I get my other graffiti pencil out, we're going to have a big resistance area. If it does in fact turn and curl up, we will have a big resistance area right here. But right now, TIVC seems like a what have you done for me ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go and see what's going on with INOD. Want to just see how it's doing. I know it pulled back. It did pull back. Oh, no. Big flush. You did not do an ABCD. I wonder if it had a public offering or not. Could have been, and that might be the end of it, and it gave us 47%. Very respectable. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share that we've got 69 viewers watching us.
Nice.
69. Hello. Can we get 70? Can I have an amen? Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. Reborn.
Nice.
Reborn coffee.
Reborn.
We're going to try to put a little bit more of our graffiti pencil in action over here. Yeah, right over there. We're coming close to the 10 o'clock hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming close to the 10 o'clock hour when volume naturally drops. And I got to tell you, REBN is a fighter. I'm going to get some espresso on that. Yeah, get some energy. Maybe I can share some energy karma with REBN. What do you think, DBL? Yeah, why not? Yeah, there's the ticket. That's the ticket right there. Yeah. All right, it's trying to curl. We don't see a lot of volume on it. We see a lot of top tails on the 1 minute. The RSI is not overbought. That's a good sign. But we see that the volume candles are on the low side, so it doesn't have the attention it deserves because it has a master license agreement for Guangdong province, China, coffee. I thought that China was big on tea, no?
One cup of coffee.
But they want coffee too, right?
China be like, you want some coffee?
You want coffee? Hey, I'm from Guangdong. You want some Guangdong coffee? Guangdong coffee.
Guangdong coffee.
Yeah, do I sound like an Italian Chinese person? Yeah, a little bit.
That's how regular Chinese people talk. Yeah,
that's how they sound. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's the ticket. All right, we need it to curl up, ladies and gentlemen, and it is not doing that, and we're not getting the volume that we need on this. The float is super low at 851,000 shares. The volume has been ridiculous, almost 50 million shares trading hands. And I got to tell you, I don't think that REBN is done because it is the leading runner so far. Unfortunately, we're not seeing any major activity on it. We will come back to it later. DRCT hitting the scans. Let's see what's going on with this particular stock. What's going on with this particular stock? It is up only 6%, only 6%. Not really seeing any news. The float is low at 3 million, but so's the volume at only 32,000. So it's a situation of, what have you done for me lately? Bye, ciao, see you later, alligator. Back to REBN. Oh, typo, whoop, 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 typo. Okay, here we go. And again, we are still in that channel. It's just a channel right now. It's just a channel. It's a channel time. It's not really doing much. And again, we are getting closer to that 10 o'clock hour where volume drops. So that is not a positive thing. We did have a head and shoulders. Here's your head. There's your two shoulders. And we were predicting a flusheroo. It held up. It held up over the 350 mark, which is a good sign. But we really needed to break 407. But what the heck? We like the memes, so we're going to say it needs to break 420. 420. Forget about 407. 420. Yeah, come on. Hey, oh. Let's see if there's any other tickers that we could look at that are Shmexy. Is there some schmexiness out there? How about NIVF? NIVF. It moved a little bit, so let's go see. NIVF has been parabolic in the past, but right now it looks bearish. No. Back to REBN, and we're still watching, and it looks like it's starting to break down on the 350 mark as we get close to 10 o'clock, and it looks like we are probably going to get that flush off of the triple top that we were concerned of, and it has in fact flushed so far to VWAP at $3.37. We got another support area at $3.30. Will it bounce back and get over the 350 mark and keep moving north, or do we keep seeing it go south? Again, I see a bearish head and shoulder pattern, and unfortunately, I see that it will most likely to not start to break down at this level. But does it break down for the entire day? I don't know about that. Maybe there'll be a recovery later on if it does break down. But it's not done yet. It's still trying. DBL Nix, it is still, as I like to say, it's still trying to stay above 350. It's trying to stay above 350. So we'll keep an eye on it for a few more minutes. Not a few more minutes, a few more seconds, ladies and gentlemen, to see if it can recover. All right, that's enough. Let's go to INOD, see what INOD is doing. It flushed really hard. It broke my heart. No. So we got 47 out of it. Again, it was a heavy floated stock. Let's take a look at Link. No, sirree. How about NVNI? No. None of this stuff is very sexy. How about CVM? Looks bearish to me. Looks like a shoulder, a head, and a shoulder up 27%. Not particularly schmexy, and it looks like REBN is continuing to sell off. No, it's still in the channel. It is still in the channel. It's trying to stay above the 350 mark, and that is a good sign, but it's dangerously hugging it, and it's giving me a lot of top tails on the 1 minute. Let's see what it looks like on the 5 minute, and you can see on the 5 minute, it's got a lot of top tails.
We don't like the top tails.
We like the bottom tails. We're all about the bottom tails, the bottom tails, the bottom tails, the bottom tails. Come on. What? 5 minute? Are you going to give me a bottom tail? I'm going to have some espresso on this one. We're going to keep an eye on this, fellas and gals. Fellas and gals, we're going to see if I can get some bottom tail. A bottom tail.
Do you know the bottom tail?
I got to tell you, it looks bearish as hell, but I'm going to keep an eye on it because maybe it'll just surprise us. Let's go to the 1 minute. Let's see what the 1 minute looks like. 1 minute. 1 minute, and again, a lot of top tails on the 1 minute. It needs to break 407. It doesn't have a lot of volume, and we are less than 2 minutes away from the 10 o'clock hour, and volume generally drops at that point, which kind of snooks. It kind of schnooks, doesn't it? Kind of schnooks. Yeah, it's kind of not schmexy when that happens. But we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to keep an eye on it. Maybe. Is that the beginning of a baby bottom tail? Maybe. You got to prove yourself. You got to prove your love to me, REBN. I know you went 140% earlier, but what have you done for me lately? It's still in the channel. It's still a channel time situation. We're watching. We're going to keep an eye on it. Maybe we get another burst. Maybe. And I'm going to do a little shrinky dinky over here so you can see some of the levels that we have drawn out. Resistance levels at this point, but they could become support if it keeps on going up. Let's take a look at the RSI. It's not overbought. It's not oversold. It's kind of in the middle, but the biggest candle, recent biggest candle, was certainly red. We have this head and shoulders pattern, which is bearish over here, but it didn't prove to flush, which was a good sign. And now it's holding the 350 level in this channel, but it's not breaking out, and it's just going lateral. And I don't like when stocks go lateral because you can't do well with stocks that go lateral usually. Lateral stocks usually don't make money.
No money.
And I'm Coach Nick. Money! And I like money!
Yes.
Is it wrong to say that, DBL Moms?
No.
Oh, DBL Moms. Okay, we're going to come back to it. We're going to come back to it. We're seeing RYDE on the scanners. What? It's up 17%, 15 million float, not that much volume. Nah, back to REBN, Reborn Coffee, REBN, Reborn Coffee. It's like looking at wet paint dry. Come on, make a decision. Go north. Go north, ladies and gentlemen. Please, go north. We want to see a bottom tail. Yeah. You know, it's now 10 o'clock, so, you know, the time frame is dwindling for it to do a burst here. But I do believe that it has enough volume and news that maybe at some point it can go parabolic again, but it might not be on the show. And that makes me sad. It makes me sad, Doubles. I wanted to see one more squirt, one more pump, one more pump, another pump. Easy, nice and squeezy. Squeezy, nice and peasy. Squeezy. A nice little squeeze. A little squirt for the Coachmeister General and the DBL. A little one. Come on, one squirt. Top tail. Nah. We don't like the top tail. We just don't like it. I'm just saying, I don't like the top tail. DBLs. I don't like the top tails. Let's take a look at VERI and see what it's doing.
Do we have a squirt?
33%. Let's see what the deal is with VERI. VERI, does it have news? Ladies and gentlemen, Veritone Inc. Q1 2024 earnings call transcript, May 7th. So it has earnings transcript. It's a heavy float, so it looks a lot like INOD. 27 million and not a heck of a lot of volume with just below 2 million shares. So it's a side chart, not super schmexy. And of course, we're going to go back to Reborn Coffee. And unfortunately, it looks like it is breaking down after the 10 o'clock hour. The 10 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead and create this channel over here. It's still holding it. It's still holding it, though. It's still holding it. A lot of lateral movement. It's just, you know, it just doesn't have the volume. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not have the volume, but I do believe that it does have the news. So at some juncture, even if it pulls back, I think that we might see REBN reprieve itself. This is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. It's not stock advice. We're not stock advisors. We're doing a show, ladies and gentlemen. It's a show, ladies and gentlemen. It's a show. Always do your own due diligence. Always do your own due diligence. And we have a lot of consolidation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of consolidation. Let's take a look at a couple more tickers before we wrap this up. GMED. And GMED is up 23%. 23%. And again, this is also an earnings play, but it is a massive float of 131 million. Not schmexy at all. Not schmexy at all. Here's another ticker that we see, ELAN. Let's see what the float is on ELAN. ELAN, ladies and gentlemen, the float on that stock is 490 million. Not schmexy. Back to Reborn. Back to the videotape, and it is still holding. It is still holding, but again, it is not breaking out. So it is pretty much in this channel over here, and it's holding 350, which is a good sign, but it's not moving towards 407 and looking to break over 407. And it did form a head and shoulders, which would be indicative of a flush incoming. It didn't happen right away over here, but it certainly could happen over here. So it is not the most prettiest at the moment, and it is after 10 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to wrap it up here. And again, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead, Doubles.
Yes, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded, and remember to share.
Sharing is caring. You can also follow us on Twitter, x.com, at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money. And if you'd like, you could also follow us on Twitch,
At Coach Nick Money.
at Coach Nick Money. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to join us on our Discord, we still have the special going on. Don't know how long the special is going to go on for, but we're going to be doing it for a while. 99 cents for 7 days trial, and then it's $39.99. Low price of $39.99. Call a lot of bangers. A lot of times you see it live on the live stream as well. We call a lot of bangers. A lot of times today we had TIVC and REBN that we shared with you that went over 100%, ladies and gentlemen, over 100%. So it's Coach Nick Money in the house.
And DBL Nick.
With the indelible one, the one and only, the stock queen herself, DBL Moms. And we want to wish you a happy Green Wednesday. Be green. Make